Good morning again. This is Mrs. Gordillo and it's Monday, and as we are approaching St. Patrick's Day, I have for you for social studies today a book called St. Patrick's Day by Gail Gibbons. And so one of the things we study when we study social studies is social things. So what's around us in our world that we can know about to understand better and to connect with. So we're going to read this book, and then afterward we'll talk about what to do after. So here's the title page here. And the author is Gail Gibbons. This is the dedication. Maybe you'll write a book and dedicate it to someone, your mom and dad or a teacher one day. It says, to Barbara Walsh. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated each year on March 17th. Do you see the people wearing green and the hats? This holiday is celebrated by the Irish and other people in many parts of the world. They honor St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. St. Patrick lived many years ago. He was born in Britain around the year 380 and raised in a Christian family. His parents did not name him Patrick. Some people believe his name was Maewyn. While still a boy, he was kidnapped and brought to Ireland, where he was made a slave. His captors forced him to herd sheep. He prayed that God would help him, and 6 years later, he escaped. After finally arriving back in Britain, he lived quietly, thought, and prayed. He realized what he wanted to do. He had dreams of returning to Ireland to teach the people about God. Can you imagine if you were a child and you were sent to work as a child? You couldn't go to school, and you had to raise sheep or do something else, and you didn't have any say in the matter, and you didn't learn, you didn't have an education, and you had to go work. Yeah, he lived quite a life. What happened next? He went to France to study religion, and in the year 432, the head of the Catholic Church, the Pope, named him Patricius, the Latin name for Patrick. Patricius, I hope I said that right. I'll have to look that up. He became a priest and then a bishop. At last, Bishop Patrick's dream came true. He sailed back to Ireland and began preaching. He built churches and schools all over the country. That's a lot of work. People noticed his kind ways, and because of that, they trusted him. Bishop Patrick spent the rest of his life caring for the Irish people. They loved this kind man. People honor Patrick on March 17th because he died on that date, the year 461. Later, the Catholic Church made him a saint, and we call him Saint Patrick. Today, many things are done to celebrate this holiday. Some people go to church to give St. Patrick thanks for his work in Ireland. People have fun too. They dress in green to honor an ancient Irish custom. Hundreds of years ago, the people of Ireland burned branches with green leaves during the month of March and spread the ashes in fields to make them fertile and green. To wear green is to honor Ireland, the Emerald Isle. Decorations are put on doors and windows. Shamrocks appear everywhere. The shamrock is a plant that has 3 leaves and looks like a clover. It is the symbol of St. Patrick as well as of Ireland. Leprechauns are remembered on St. Patrick's Day. Long ago, some Irish folk believed in these little magic creatures. It was thought if you caught a leprechaun, you could make him lead you to a pot of gold. Leprechaun comes from the old Irish word leprechaun, meaning wee one. People believed that they were only as big as your thumb. Can you imagine a wee little man only this big? That's so funny. So here's the picture of the shamrocks. And then there's the leprechaun. There is the shillelagh too. In Ireland many years ago, there was an old oak forest called shillelagh. The Irish liked to own a sprig of shillelagh, a short oak club from the forest. Often people decorate them with green ribbons. So maybe you find something and you decorate it with a ribbon, or maybe even paper that's green, or you color green. The harp is one of the oldest musical instruments and has been popular with the Irish people since early times. It serves as another St. Patrick's Day decoration for that reason. Maybe you can have mom or dad look up something online like Irish harp music or something to hear some traditional Irish music. On St. Patrick's Day, people may give cards to their families and friends, and people also make cakes, cookies, and goodies to share with others. Yeah. So maybe you can make something special or put a little green food coloring in something. That would be fun. Some people give flowers. Others wear green carnations or pin shamrocks to their clothes to celebrate the holiday. And there may be St. Patrick's Day plays too. Maybe you could put one on about a leprechaun causing mischief. Lovely. Some families and friends have quiet times together in remembrance of St. Patrick. Often there are meals to share. St. Patrick's Day parties are given too. It is fun to sing Irish songs, dance Irish jigs, and to play games. In many places there are St. Patrick's Day parades. Flags flutter in the wind. Pipers and fiddlers play Irish tunes, although you might not find that right now with everything going on in the news. There are green hats, people in costumes, green banners, and lots of green. Even if you have to observe social distancing right now, you can still wear green and have these fun, you can make your own parade in your house or something like that. It can be fun too. The first time St. Patrick's Day was celebrated in the United States was 1737 in Boston. Each year, the Irish and many other people love to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. For many people, it is a day for worship and for celebration. And if you're not Irish, at least you can feel a little bit Irish too. And at the end of the book, they have a few legends about St. Patrick. One is that he drove all of the snakes out of Ireland, and he frightened them into the sea, and today there are no snakes in Ireland, so that's kind of an interesting one. And there's a few others. So if you like St. Patrick's Day, I recommend, you cannot go to the library because it's closed right now, but there are digital books online I think that people can access, or on YouTube, I know for sure, but you must have mom and dad there to supervise because things can just pop up on YouTube that are not appropriate for kindergartners. So, but you can have them look up book read aloud, comma, and St. Patrick's Day or leprechaun or something about the holiday that you're interested in learning about. There's also videos for kids that have to do with science and social studies that you can find about St. Patrick's Day. So I encourage you to find to create your own parade today, to play pretend, and maybe try one of these little traditions tomorrow. I think tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. I have to double check. I have the corned beef and cabbage already cooking because it tastes better when it sits overnight. So, but anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I really hope I get to see at least 1 or 2 pictures if parents can take them and send them or post them on our page. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.